Well, they didn't have any white sanitation workers. The whites was heavy equipment operators. They dealt with the bulldozers and those big cranes and things. You know, it was a whole different ball game for them because on rainy days they still got paid. They would come in and just be there and they would get paid, but they would send us back home and we didn't get any pay. No sick leave, no grievance fees. That was Dr. Key's thing to help poor people, people on the bottom of the ladder.
I've got the blues, and so have you. But I'm so glad I know just what you do. I just sing and I sing until my dreams come true.
At that time, it was just 1,300 sanitation workers that went out, but right after the strike, and after we got recognition, then we organized the school board, the city hospital, the power commission, and all other municipalities. And because of the community and the leadership and the churches and everybody that came together to help those strikers, they provided food for us and we helped pay our bills and all this kind of stuff.
I think that people who strive to gain social acceptance through although they're called nonviolent or passive resistance, they're the most violent. I also think that it is in violation to my civil rights. If someone can say, "You must serve me," if a man owns an eating establishment, if he can't choose whom he pleases to serve or not to serve, that can affect me and you and anyone else.
I would say that they should examine the white person very closely first to see whether or not they're going about it in the right way. Now, if I'm a businessman and people that I do not want in my business insist on either coming in or boycotting, which is their perfect right to do, and certainly it's not going to make me love them.
It's just like one snake would like a snake of his own kind better than with another, maybe. Something like that. I mean, a lion might like another lion better than with a bear. That's just like white people and niggers. I mean, white people naturally don't like white people better than niggers.
Sometimes, you would get threats, niggas go back to work and this kind of thing. Because it's all the same thing, They were saying our strike was illegal, but all they were saying segregation and this kind of thing. All it means that a man is not a man. Whatever you say, however you put it, when it comes down to that, it's just, a man is not a man, and he don't have anything to say about his hours and work conditions.
Ain't no trouble till there's trouble. Ain't no sorrow till tomorrow. Seen a living line in rubber. Looks like tomorrow stole our lives away. Ain't no trouble till there's trouble. Ain't no more that I can borrow. Pay my bills and burst the bubble. Not sure if I can pace the day. Ain't no gift when no one's giving. Ain't no life when there's no living. Ain't no ring if no one's ringing. Ain't no song if no one's singing. I can see the falling graces on 100,000 faces. I can see a closing door in 100,000 more.
One of the ministers here in Memphis, he contacted Dr. King. That was Dr. King's thing, was to help poor people, people on the bottom of the ladder. And he contacted Dr. King, and he came in. He was at that time he was planning for the Poor People's March He just put everything aside to come in and work with the sanitation workers. You know, people had faith and confidence in it. It mobilized the men that the ones that had beginning to start to go back to work. When he got involved, that mobilized the men, and all those men that had went back come back out. And, you know, that helped mobilize this whole thing.
If you got a strong brain and your mind is broad, you won't have to worry about nothing at all. Got a strong brain, your mind is broad.
I have some very sad news for all of you, and that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis. Martin Luther King dedicated his life to love and to justice between fellow human beings. He died in the cause of that effort. In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it's perhaps well to ask what kind of a nation we are and what direction we want to move in.
Dr. King was determined to come back to Memphis and have a non-violent march. And that's when they was talking about this injunction. You know, the strikers were sad, but I think that because his death was because of the nation getting behind Henry Loeb and making him move off his stand that we couldn't organize.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. Before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Well, no more moaning, no more moaning, no more moaning over me. Before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Well, let me tell you, there's no more wailing, no more wailing.
We had a decent settlement. And, you know, we got benefits. I can't just spell out the specifics of it, but I just can't remember that stuff back. But anyway, it's done wonderful things. Like I said, you know, we moved up. We got good wages. We got good benefits. And, you know, it always can be better. But from Dr. King's way of doing things, you can always remember that he was for poor people. He was trying to upgrade poor people. That was just the kind of a person he was.